Hello everyone, welcome. U.S. Immigration News 24. Italy's Meloni says Trump made up story that she begged him for photo at G7. Italy's Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni has said she is astonished after President Donald Trump told Italian TV she had begged him for a picture with her, in comments that have provoked an open row between the two leaders. Meloni said Trump's comments were entirely made up, and Italian Foreign Minister Antonio Tajani has canceled a trip to the U.S. early next week. The highly public exchange is an indication of how far their earlier close ties have frayed in the months since Trump's decision to go to war with Iran. Trump and Meloni were seen in close conversation at the G7 summit at Evian-les-Bains in eastern France this week, and the Italian leader later told reporters their relationship was unchanged and there had been no recriminations. However, Trump has since given a phone interview with Italy's La 7 TV channel in which he alleged, "She begged me to take a photo with her. I felt sorry for her." The two leaders were filmed several times at Evian, including while they appeared engrossed in conversation on a small sofa, with Meloni smiling as they talked. "She's probably happy I spoke to her," he said. La 7 did not produce Trump's original words in English, but voiced them over in Italian. Meloni reacted in total disbelief, saying she was frankly stunned in a brief address to her 7 million followers on Instagram. "I don't know why the U.S. president behaves this way towards allies," she said, adding it was not the first time it had happened. "I can only say it is regrettable he does not show the same determination towards the enemies of the West and towards the enemies of the U.S., enemies whose leaders he instead appears to be far more accommodating with. But there is one thing he needs to remember: neither I nor Italy ever beg."
The BBC has approached the White House for comment. Meloni's evident shock at Trump's outburst comes after a series of incidents that have weakened what had begun as a close political relationship. Elected in 2022, Meloni was the sole European leader to attend Trump's inauguration in January 2025 and was widely seen by her EU colleagues as a potential bridge builder with the U.S. president. But Meloni has been outspoken in her opposition to the U.S. war with Iran. And in April, Trump hit back with a phone interview with Italian daily Corriere della Sera, in which he said, "I thought she had courage, but I was wrong." When Trump accused Pope Leo XIV of being weak on crime and terrible on foreign policy, Meloni said his remarks were unacceptable. Responding to Trump's latest interview, Italy's President Sergio Mattarella immediately phoned Meloni to offer his support, and figures from across the political spectrum in Italy sprang to her defense. "No one had the right to speak to an Italian prime minister in such an arrogant tone," said Filippo Seni, a senator on the left from the opposition Democratic Party. "Italy did not deserve such humiliation," said Five-Star Movement leader Giuseppe Conte, who added that chasing favors with Washington should never come at the expense of national dignity and interest. From Meloni's own Brothers of Italy party, Senate Group leader Lucio Milan noted that Trump's words were part of a broader pattern of offensive remarks he had directed at various European leaders, and they were damaging above all to Trump's own image and authority. Milan suggested that the video from the G7 in reality showed a very different dynamic to what Trump had described, and he suggested that what truly irritated the U.S. president may have been Meloni's record of saying no to Washington when it became necessary. From government ally Matteo Salvini from the League said simply, "Whoever attacks Georgia attacks all of us."